Hello, sophomores. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I hope everything is going well. So this is week 12 of multimedia design, week 3 of web design. And so for this week, we will be exploring more about CSS, which is cascading style sheets. And what that does is that it helps you design the style of how the information that you wrote in HTML will be displayed on your website. So then the first thing that you will do this week is that you will read a STS CSS manual. So in similar fashion to last week's HTML one, you will read and try to understand and grasp the concepts that they're talking about. However, the only difference is that this week you won't have to be working on the file and following along as you work on that and reading the manual. The only thing you'll have to do is read that manual, try to understand it, and then there will be review questions in the week for this quiz. So then after you have done that, you will proceed to the CSS activity prompt. And so what this activity prompt is that it will first expose you to more concepts of CSS and try to reinforce some of the ideas that Manuel was talking about. You will then proceed to work on folder structure, linking the CSS spreadsheet to the HTML so that you're able to make sure that works correctly and the CSS is able to work with it. And then you'll be writing some CSS code. So then this will all be for Kim's website. This is not for your own website. We will get to that later in the semester. But for right now, we're going to finish up what we started from last week from Kim's website. And then after that, you will have a weekly quiz like you do always. So then if we go to Canvas, you will see that there's the video page, the presentation page where you can watch this video and the presentation I'm using just in case you forget anything. You then are able to have the STS CSS manual where you can either download it or print it, whichever you prefer. So that is available for you. And then you can see here that the activity prompt is located here as well. And then, as you can see, there is a how-to video for the activity that you will be doing in the activity prompt. So some people prefer to learn from watching the video and seeing people do it for them and explaining it, and then other people prefer written instructions. So then the activity prompt will have the written instructions that we will be using for the how-to video, so you can do either or, whichever you prefer. But then the file or the folder that you will be working on will have to be zipped into a .zip file where you will submit it in this part of the module, and that will be for us to see that you follow along with either the activity prompt or the how-to video, and to make sure that you're grabbing some of the concepts of CSS. And then lastly, there's a week 12 quiz where there will be questions about both the SCS manual and the concepts talked about in the activity prompt. So then if you go back here, does anybody have any questions? Yes.
Can I read the activity prompt and watch the video?
Yeah, that I would highly suggest you actually do that instead. I'm just making it available for people who have different
Learning styles?
Yeah, learning styles, so that they can learn however they want.
So basically this week I'm learning about CSS and writing some code for Kim's website, and then I take a quiz. But I've never done CSS before, so am I going to have to learn how to code this week, or will you just tell us the code so that we can learn?
Yeah, so this week will mostly be just about the baby steps of CSS, where you'll be working, like we said, on a code that it's already made for Kim's website. And we're just going to work through on how to format it, what each specific thing means, and stuff like that, so that you are able to have a firm foundation, so that later on in semester when you're actually coding your own website, you can refer back to things like these and make sure that you understand the concepts that we talked about. There's always websites like Khan Academy or Code Academy too, if you would like to have any further resources for things like that as well. All right, bye, sophomores.